it is that you used to do. Need I remind you of what you are?
When I say the word fear, is that a negative thing to you or is it a positive thing? When we talk about the spirit of fear, when we talk about fear itself, more often than not we tend to put it more towards the negative side. We give Satan all the credit. But as Christians, we believe that Satan can't create anything himself. So why is fear the exception? Let me paint you a picture. You are out on a safari in the wilds of Africa. It's nighttime, it's beautiful, you're driving in your car, and it breaks down on you. There are lions surrounding your car, and if the fear that you're feeling at that moment, would that be from the enemy? No, of course not. That's a natural response God put in you that saves you by keeping you in your car until help arrives. Fear in its purest form is a natural response to danger that God has given us. But Satan, being the horrible, pale imitator that he is, has corrupted this natural response that we have and turned it into something that we, excuse the pun, fear. We are afraid of fear, but fear is nothing to be afraid of. It is a natural response. Satan has taken fear, and he has corrupted it in two, one's very obvious, one's more sneaky, ways. We all know the obvious ways. Terror, horror, we know this. These are obviously demonic. These are the clear signs that Satan's trying to rile you. Horror movies, monsters, all this stuff, that's clear, that's obvious. But the other, more prevalent way that Satan corrupts fear, the one that actually trips people up more than anything else, it's anxiety. The fear of things illogical. The fear that keeps you locked up and afraid to move and afraid to do anything. That is how Satan has corrupted fear and turned it into the spirit of fear. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. When you are experiencing the natural response of fear, your mind is not clouded. Your mind is sound. Go back to the example of the safari park. Those lions are surrounding you, and you're staying in your car. You're not freaking out. You're not wondering a million different things. You're staying put. You're afraid, but your mind isn't racing. But a spirit of fear, anxiety, your mind races. You're shaking. You're nervous. You cannot control your thoughts. You cannot control your reactions. You are bound. Growing up, I grew up on a farm. There are natural dangers everywhere. There are 2-ton animals that could trample me in a moment. There are wild dogs ravaging in the fields. The natural fear response that I felt kept me safe. It kept me armed. It kept me inside when I needed to be. It made me move when I needed to be. Growing up, stepping into my ministry, stepping out of those natural dangers, somehow, this new fear crept in. This fear of failure, this fear of rejection. It's not fear. It's anxiety. It's lies from the enemy. No longer was I out in the field at nighttime with nothing but a cane to fight off wild dogs. Now I'm at my computer struggling to put words together for a ministry letter because I'm so afraid that my words aren't going to work. What danger is there in writing a bad letter? Think about it. Fear itself is the response to a natural danger coming against you. So, what natural danger is going to come against my body if I don't have a word to pray during our group prayer? Come on, haven't you all been in this situation? You're so afraid of not having the words to say, to getting up to preach. What are you afraid of? Where's the natural danger in not having the words to say in a preach? That's not fear. That's not real fear. That's not the natural God-given fear. That's just anxiety. That's Satan trying to come against you. Think about it. How often do you have this worry? Let's call it that as well. This worry that things aren't going to go right. If there's not a natural danger to your body, that's not actually fear. It's anxiety, and it's Satan trying to come against you. To define anxiety, according to the dictionary, it is an apprehensive uneasiness or nervousness, usually over an impending or anticipated event. It's converse to natural fear in the sense that natural fear is a response to a state of alarm and danger. Natural fear protects you and keeps you safe. Anxiety prevents you and locks you away. That uneasiness and nervousness keeps you from thinking clearly. It keeps you from progressing. It's like Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." It specifies, be not anxious for anything, because that is the spirit of fear. Too often we give Satan all the credit. He has prevented us from embracing a natural response God has given us that is meant for our benefit. We are so afraid of fear that sometimes we do foolish things. Once again, going back to my early days on the farm, there were natural dangers that I ignored because I was under the belief that I should have no fear. There is no fear in me. God has given me strength. Doing that, I resulted in so many near-death experiences. Back to the 2-ton animal that can easily crush me. And yet I was standing right next to it many times without any fear when I should have. The right amount of fear puts the right amount of healthy respect into you for the things of this world that could cause you harm. Yes, we can trample on snakes and scorpions, but unless God has told you so, don't go walking into the snake pit. Everything God has given us, Satan tries to corrupt. God has given us hunger to eat. Satan corrupts it into gluttony. God has given us the ability to enjoy sex. Yeah, I said it. God has given us the ability to enjoy sex, but Satan has corrupted it into lust. God has given us desires. He has made us to want. Satan has corrupted it into greed. Why do we think fear is any different? I'm coming back to this point again, because why do we believe Satan cannot create anything on his own, and yet fear is the exception? Satan didn't create fear. It's a natural response to danger, which means God built us with it in mind to keep us safe. I want to propose a challenge to all of you here listening today. What are you afraid of? What's your fear? Is it a natural danger? Is it something that can actually cause you physical harm? If so, then yes, that's an actual fear. If it cannot cause you any physical harm, if it cannot actually hurt you, if it does not actually affect you, your body, your life, then that's not fear. That's a spirit of fear. And you can overcome it. The spirit of fear isn't really fear. Spirit of fear is illogical. You want to identify how it's not fear? There's no logic to it. Because there's no physical effect to you. You are afraid of the dark. Let's go down to basics of us as kids. You're afraid of the dark. This is the first place that the spirit of fear takes hold of many of us. There's nothing in the dark. What are you afraid of? There's no fear there. There's a spirit of fear. You're afraid of being lost. Where's the physical effect to it? Fear of heights? Maybe. Maybe. But at the end, if it's so debilitating that you are frozen, you're clinging, there's no logic to it. That's spirit of fear. Be uneasy in heights, of course. But if it is illogical, if it overtakes your mind, you cannot think anything else. If you cannot think at all because you're so overcome with this fear, with this terror, you're overcome with terror, then that's not real fear. That's the spirit of fear, and that's Satan trying to take you down. Be strong and courageous, Joshua says, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors to give them. And that's Joshua 1:6. Here is God once again telling us, do not be overcome with fear. Do not let fear overtake you. Joshua's on that battlefield fighting every day. Sword in hand, enemy in front of him. Do you think he was overcome with fear? Do you think he was trembling in his boots, frozen in place? Sure, he may have feared for his life. Sure, he may have worried that an enemy may take him out. But that assurance from the Lord kept him going. When you are overcome with the spirit of fear, you need assurance to take you back out. When it's a natural fear, when it's the God-given fear, you don't need assurance. Because you know, if you do what is smart, if you do what is right, you will be okay. But a spirit of fear, you need assurance to be taken out of it. Because your mind is clouded. You need someone else to pull you out from a spirit of fear. You need the Lord to pull you out from a spirit of fear. When it comes down to it and you're still struggling to identify, is this real? Is this real? What is the fruit to come from the action you take as a result of that fear? What is the fruit? Look at the fruit. In every single spiritual gift we teach, look at the fruit to discern its source. You are afraid, and you're trying to come up with a solution for this fear. What is the fruit of that solution? Is that fruit blessing? Is that fruit freedom? Or is that fruit entrapment? Is that fruit running away? Is that fruit hiding? Is that fruit lack? Is that fruit loneliness? You're afraid of rejection, so spirit of fear tells you you should just stay away from people then. We're made to commune. We're made to fellowship. Locking yourself away goes against what the obedience was. So, that's not good fruit. Look at the fruit, and that's how you determine, is that fear, or is that the spirit of fear?
What? How did you find this? I thought all of these were gone for years. Who are you?